I've done a lot of dumb things at work, but last week, I may have set a new record that I called my boss the wrong name, not just in front of him, but in front of the entire meeting room, and you know what's worse than calling your boss the wrong name? Calling him by your ex's name. I had just been transferred to the marketing department, more dynamic than my old team, which also meant, new boss, his name was Bradley Johnson. Tall man, serious face, voice like a GPS, cold, precise, and never off track. Monday team meetings were a sacred ritual here. Everyone stood in a circle, like we were in an Apple TV series about a tech startup. Me. The new kid, trying to remember everyone's name. Especially the bosses. The problem? I couldn't remember his name was Bradley, because I had just gone through a tough breakup, with an ex named Bryan. Yeah, similar sounding. It was my turn to speak. I stood up, smiled, confident. I said, well, as Bryan mentioned earlier, 10 seconds of silence that I froze. Everyone stared. The boss, excuse me, Mr. Bradley Johnson, looked at me like I had just chewed up the quarterly budget report that I felt like I'd been dragged straight out of the meeting and tossed into an HR bonfire. I stammered, oh no, I mean, Bradley. I meant Bradley, of course. Bryan is just someone else. I saw the IT guy smirk that I saw the content marketing intern pull out her phone to record something that I saw Mr. Johnson, or rather, Bradley Johnson, tilt his head, squint. I don't recall hiring a Bryan here. The room froze. I could hear my own heartbeat, echoing through the Zoom recording software. For the rest of the meeting, I sat like a melting block of stone. People kept sneaking glances and chuckling. One coworker sent me an internal message, Bryan sounds fun. Bring him next time. I was now officially the office joke. Worse yet, it wasn't over. That afternoon, I was editing a presentation file when someone knocked. That IT was Bradley. Before I could say anything, he held up a stack of papers and said, I've reviewed your report. Good structure. But Bryan's influence is clearly strong. He was joking. I gave a nervous laugh. He added, by the way, my brother's name is Bryan. He's a poet. Emotional guy. Like your kind of guy. I wasn't sure if he was saving me from embarrassment, or twisting the knife, comedically. The next morning, I opened my email, subject line, Dear Bryan's assistant. It was from my own team, sending a report that I had officially been renamed in the system. A week later, I was having lunch with the team. They still called me Bryan, but this time, it wasn't teasing. That IT felt like a nickname. Part joke. Part story. Part of me. Demar Johnson, he lets us call him Brad now, walked up and handed me a coffee. On the cup it said, from Brad, to Bryan's best rep. The whole table cracked up. So did I. Yeah, I once called my boss by the wrong name, but I learned something. Sometimes, embarrassment is the fastest way to become unforgettable. If you've ever called someone the wrong name, especially your boss, don't worry. You're not alone, and who knows, you might end up with a new nickname, a good story, and a free cup of coffee. What about you? What's your most embarrassing moment at work? Tell me in the comments. I'm collecting stories for the next episode. If you enjoyed this story, hit like, subscribe, and remember, call people by the right name.